Singapore's global reputation is built on trust, an engineered asset, not just an abstract virtue. From its earliest days, Singapore's leaders understood that lacking natural resources or geopolitical muscle, their city-state needed to offer something unique. Certainty in contracts enforcement and the rule of law. Over decades, this certainty matured into a brand of trust that attracted investors, multinational corporations, and wealthy individuals from around the world. Banks, hospitals, and universities all became part of this ecosystem, offering discretion and efficiency. Yet, as commentators note, trust is morally neutral. It serves both the virtuous and the vile, drawing in not only legitimate actors but also those seeking shelter from scrutiny. The question is not whether Singapore built trust, but whether it ever asked who would use it, and to what end. Singapore's doctrine of neutrality has long shaped its foreign policy and economic strategy. By avoiding ideological alignment and moral grandstanding, Singapore has positioned itself as a trusted intermediary, trading with both democracies and dictatorships, hosting sensitive negotiations and steering clear of great power conflicts. This neutrality, however, extends beyond diplomacy. Finance, healthcare, and even arms trade, neutrality can blur the line between engagement and enablement. When sanctioned elites, kleptocrats, or authoritarian rulers find Singapore a safe haven for their wealth, health, or legal disputes, neutrality starts to look like shelter. The system's silent, no public questioning, no visible discomfort becomes its own message: you're safe here. Commentators argue that at this point, civic responsibility should intervene. Neutrality may protect sovereignty, but it should not anesthetize conscience. Singapore's role as a haven is not just theoretical, it's illustrated by real cases. Ferdinand Marcos, the former Philippine president, rooted millions through Singapore's banks. When the Philippine government and human rights victims sought restitution, Singapore's courts ruled strictly on legal title, not moral provenance. Similarly, Zimbabwe's Robert Mugabe repeatedly sought medical treatment in Singapore while his country's healthcare system collapsed. Myanmar's military junta reportedly parked billions in Singaporean banks, even as sanctions targeted their regime. In each case, Singapore did not create the injustice, but its system, prioritizing legality and discretion, provided a final resting place for tainted wealth and elite comfort. These stories reveal how a system designed for efficiency and trust can unintentionally become a shelter for the world's most controversial figures. Singapore's legal system is celebrated for its professionalism and restraint. Judges do not sermonize, courts do not moralize. Decisions are based on statute, precedent, and evidence, not public outrage. This approach has earned international praise, but it comes with hidden costs. When legality becomes the sole criterion, broader questions of justice are sidelined. Money that is demonstrably stolen may be protected if it has been laundered into formal legality. Victims may be acknowledged in principle, yet denied remedy in practice. Commentators warn that this is not a failure of competence but a feature of design. Certainty is what markets reward, but when law becomes a laundering mechanism for both money and reputations, the system risks enabling injustice under the guise of neutrality. Singapore's pattern is clear. Reform often follows international exposure, not domestic anticipation. High-profile cases and investigative leaks have prompted regulatory changes, such as designating tax crimes as predicate offenses for money laundering. Yet, enforcement actions tend to punish individuals while preserving the structures that enable opacity. Managing reputation becomes a substitute for deeper reform, and as long as global confidence holds, incentives for introspection remain weak. Commentators argue that Singapore's success as a trusted node brings global responsibility. The challenge ahead is to recalibrate trust, from serving elite interests to upholding public accountability. Transparency and accountability need not undermine competitiveness. Instead, they can strengthen the legitimacy of Singapore's global role. The real test is whether Singapore will choose to lead, not just react.